Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the 18th of December. It's Wednesday. And Mark has been reading through the book of Luke. He's ready for the 6th chapter of Luke. This chapter talks about the Pharisees getting upset because Christ allows disciples to pluck corn on the Sabbath and eat it. And he told them that the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. And they got upset with him healing on the Sabbath. And he said, is it lawful on the Sabbath day to do good or to do evil? And they were filled with madness, trying to figure out what they could get over on Jesus. And then there that were vexed with unclean spirits they healed. And it says there went virtue out of him and he healed them all. That's what it says. And it says he lifted up his eyes and said, blessed ye for the poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Bless ye that hunger. Bless ye that men shall hate you and shall separate you from their company. Rejoice for joy, for behold your reward is great in heaven. And he says, woe unto the rich, woe unto you that are full, woe unto you all men speak well of you. And then he said, love your enemies, do good to them that hate you, bless them that curse you. And if someone smites you on the one cheek, offer the other also, and so on. He says, if you only do good to people that do good to you, what thank have you? He says, love your enemies. Be therefore merciful as your Father also is merciful. Judge not and be not judged. Given it shall be given to you. The disciple is not above his master. He says, you can't see the beam in your own eye if you're looking at other people. A good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither does a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree is known by his fruit. And he says, whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show to whom he is like. He is like a man which built his house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And those that don't are the ones that build their house on the sand. So I'll give this over to Mark and have him read this to you. It's a rather lengthy chapter.
Luke chapter 6. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first, that he went through the cornfields. Disciples plucked the ears of corn indeed, rubbing them in their hands. And certain of the Pharisees said unto them, why do ye that which is not lawful to do on the Sabbath day? And Jesus answered, said, have you read so much as this, what David did, when himself was a hungered, and they which were with him? How he went into the house of God, did take and eat the showbread, and gave also to them that were with him, which it is not lawful to eat, but for the priest alone. And he said unto them, the Son of Man is Lord also even of the Sabbath day. It came to pass also in another season that he entered into the synagogue and taught. And there was a man whose right hand was withered. The scribes and Pharisees watched him, whether he would heal him on the Sabbath day, they might find healing an accusation against him. But he knew their thoughts, and said to the man which had the withered hand, rise up and stand forth amidst the crowd. And he answered and stood forth, and then said Jesus unto them, I will ask you even one thing. Is lawful on the Sabbath day to do good or to do evil, to save life or destroy it? Looking round about, he said unto the man, stretch forth thy hand. He did so, and his hand was restored whole together. They were filled with madness and communed one with another they might do to Jesus. It came to pass in those days that he went out into the mountain to pray and continued all night in prayer to God. When it was day, he called unto him his disciples, and of them he chose 12, whom also he named apostles: Simon, whom he also called Peter, Andrew his brother, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon called Zelotes, Judas the brother of James, Judas Iscariot, which was also Judas the traitor. And it came down with them, and stood in the plain in the company of the disciples, and a great multitude of people out of all Judea and Jerusalem, from the sea coast of Tyre and Sidon, which came to hear him to be healed their diseases. They that were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed. And the whole multitude sought to touch him, for there went virtue out of him to heal them all. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in like manner their fathers unto the prophets. Woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your reward. Woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers the false prophets. But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. And unto him that smiteth thee on the one cheek offer also the other, and him that offer take away thy cloak, take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee, of them that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. And if ye do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also need sinners to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again. Your reward shall be great. Ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind and the thankful and friendful unto the evil. Be therefore merciful, as your Father in heaven also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over, so men given to your bosom. With the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you, up to you again. And ye spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? The disciple is not above his master. But every one that is perfect shall be as his master. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye? Seest thou not the beam that which is in thine own eye? How canst thou say to thy brother, Brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thy eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to put out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. For a good tree bringeth forth not forth a corrupt tree, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit, good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, if a bramble bush gather they grapes. Good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth food, that which is good, and evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart which is evil. For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. Why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will show unto you whom he is like. He is like a man which built his house, and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. When the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. He that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great.
Okay, well, thank you, Mark. I hope you all have a good evening.